Welcome to the video podcast. My name is Florence Straka. This video podcast is all about blogging, life experiences, inspiration, and mindset. In today's episode, I am going to continue from where I left off telling you about my second year in high school and trying to figure it out or want to be on my own now, where I live on my own, rent my own place. So let's see how that went. And so it came to pass that the second year semester has ended. I went back home, went back to my father, told him about the renting and all that. That is going to be an extra cost. And he wasn't able to give me much money. But the little that he gave me, I came back home. Quickly, I only spent 1 week with him in the city, which is Accra. Remember, that's where he was living and taking me back and forth. When I was young, the same place. He's still living at the same place. It's a little family house that we live in. He was still there. And so I went back, spent only 1 week because I know I don't want to be there. He would say, tomorrow, whatever I get, I got it, and then left. Came back home to help mom. And since it's going to be my third year and it's going to be our final, I have to write my final exam and all that, and those all require fees. So how are we going to do that? And as I mentioned, I do this little charcoal business, and after a year to 2 years, my feet has actually healed. So even though I'm not limping, you not see a limping unless maybe you pay a close attention, because I still have pain. I still do have pain in my legs, the left foot. I still have pain. So I still once in a while, if I walk on it too much or carry a heavy load on it too much, that evening I have pain. So I still treat it once in a while with just hot water. This time, I don't squeeze it with towel. I just soak my feet in the hot water for a long time. And that the heat penetrates into the feet and that heals. And so this is one of the ways we treat or try to heal wounds. After the wound, the outside is healed, there is still wound inside. So this way, by doing this gradually, I almost totally healed. But I always caution myself to be careful whatever I do, not to walk on it too much, not to carry too much heavy load. But all the things we do require walking, a long walk to farm, to carry firewood, to carry food before we get home. And so I have to. And so the third year, I resume my little business, the charcoal business that we carry on our head, walk 2.5 to 3 miles to sell in the next town. I did that a little bit. Every time that we were on vacation, I'll go back. School is out. I'll go back, do that a little bit and still help mom. That way, I was able to save a little bit, come back to school and use. So I keep doing that. And I would say in my second semester, in the third year, I went back home one Friday weekend, and I was just taking a shower just beside our kitchen, which is a detached roofed kitchen we made out of bamboo. Because we have a lot of bamboos there, we use it to build houses. It's really have so many uses. And so we use that to build the fence, and then we use thatched grass to do the roof. And then we use the same bamboo to tie the thatched on the top of the building, which is a hut for the kitchen, which we kept all our things in there. Most of our cooking utensils, even some of our farm products, our vegetables, corn, sometimes we hang them for the heat to dry them, even meat, anything we kept in there. So I was just taking a shower, and all I can hear is commotion in the kitchen. There was nothing going on that I knew of. All of a sudden, there was a commotion in the kitchen, and that is my father again beating up my mother. This time I'm experiencing it physically, real, And as a child, even anybody, if you see your parents or your mom, it's in a scuffle or fighting, you would try to help. It's my mom. I want to go and help. So I was just in my underpants because I was just about to taking my clothes off. So I was just in my underpants. And how it happened, just my heart, because that's what has been happening all the time. So whenever there's a commotion, then my heart, I become so scared. So I run from the back of the kitchen to come and help. And I saw how he was just punching my mom in her face, just punching her face. And I went and I rushed to pull him, and then he threw me off. I'm just tiny little thing. He threw me off, and that's where all hell broke loose. I'm telling you, this is the biggest fight I have to involve. I don't like struggle fighting. I don't. So this has been my first time. And that is where my mom said, I told my mom was a giant woman, broad shoulder. She fought men. And so I could not understand why she allowed herself for this tiny guy to be maltreating, beating her. I still could not understand it. Because you cannot stand my mom. I'm telling you, she was the one who fought in place of my aunties when people came from next houses to come and fight us. Oh, it's a story that they told me, even herself. No man can stand her. But I don't understand why she allowed this guy. And so during this fight, because at this time now it's geared towards me, he started fighting me. Mom got up. We fought all the way from the kitchen to outside on the compound house. There you can see people, and he hit me. You can see, blood started coming from my mouth. Not knowing, he hit me so hard that I got a cut on my mouth. And I'm going to share this with you right now. Hopefully you can see it. If you see my mouth here, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a mark. This is the actual mouth. This is the one that I was hit and had a mark. You see the mark there? I'm trying to see how I can make this so you can see it. Even if I laugh, you can see. Compared to this one. You see, this is my good mouth. There is no scar. There is nothing there. There is no cut. But if you look on my left side, probably you are looking at it at on my right, but actually my left, which is this one. This is my left. But if you are looking in this video, probably you are looking at my right, but this is actually my left. And you see the difference. That was the mark on my mouth. If I have not shown this to you, if I did not tell you, you might have just seen it lightly, but you wouldn't know. This was a blow from my stepfather's hand to my mouth. A blow, an actual blow. And my mouth just cut. It cut inside. And there's blood. Oh, my mom was so upset. There was blood everywhere. We don't even know where the blood is coming from. And so, whenever there is the scarf or there's commotion, people comes around. So one of our neighbor just came and saw how the blood and everything. And finally, we were separated. Oh, my stepfather was on the ground. Even though I was the blood and everything, my mom and I were fighting him. So he was fighting. He was, oh my goodness, the nightmare from that. I could not forget this. This was in 1995. I was in my final year, second semester in my high school, getting ready to write exam. I only have one more term, then I write my final exam. And this is what happened. that night, somebody had to take me from the house. A lady took me from the house, took me to her home, and treated it. That's when we realized I had the cut inside my mouth. And it needs to be stitched, but we can't afford to go to the hospital. So what she did was she used a cotton ball, some antibiotics, and we have some herbal medicines that we use for things like that, to cut off the blood and things like that. So, and we have bushes all around. There are just easy to use herbs. So she used those leaves and we put it inside my mouth because you can eat it. And so we put it in my mouth and then put the cotton on top of it to hold it in, and that was able to stop the blood from flowing. The next day, my mouth is big like this. Luckily for me, I was on vacation, so I don't have to go to the school with that mark. But my mouth was swollen up because it's fresh wound. It hasn't been stitched. Swollen. I could not even open my mouth. I could not eat. I could not talk for 3 days. 3 days. My mouth was swollen like that. And so the mouth, how it was cut, how my mouth was cut, and then you can see the cut, the bruise outside. It was huge gout. And if I put my tongue, probably this way you can see it better. And then this one, see the difference? There is nothing here. There is nothing there, but this, now you see the difference. And if I use my tongue like that, I still feel the mark, fresh, damaged, fresh inside there. This was huge. This was huge. This has changed my mindset and everything at that time. I said, well, I almost left. But where do I go? I can't go back to my father. I also have to finish my high school. I have just one more semester to write my final. And that's where I decided that the moment I finish high school, I'm out of that place. Whether my mom wants to stay and die, whatever she wants to do, she can stay. But for me, I am out. That was just the final blow for me, because now I have scar. My scar for life. How can a child forget a thing like this? A scar for life. And this is what I have to remind myself. For all the weakness, for all the things that I went through with my mom. All the things we went through, the beatings. Finally, I have to have the beatings too. So when you are in a marriage, you are in a relationship, and you think that the person is doing it to only you, the woman or the man, only you, a time will come where it will be the child's turn as well. The childs are also going to be beaten. Don't take this for granted as you listen to this. Wherever situation, marriage situation you are in, wherever a girlfriend, boyfriend situation you are in, where the person is beating you up, and you have a child in there, and you are thinking, oh, I'm the only one that's going to take it. I can take it. I'm a grown-up. I'm strong. No. A time will come where the punch will go on your child. The punch will start going to your children. Do not allow these things to happen wherever you are. If you are listening to me, if you hear me, do not allow this to happen ever. Not to yourself, not to your children. You can get help in this country that you live in, this America. There is help everywhere. For me, I'm from a third world country. We don't have anything. We don't have any help. There's no shelters. There's no place to go and sleep and wake up. There is no place. There is no help. And so we just sat in and said, oh, it will be okay. Maybe he will change. The person will change. A person who beats another person. A husband who beats wife. Wife who beats husband. You'll be surprised. There are some women that beat their husbands. They will never change. They will only change for one day, for 1 month, maybe 2 months. At the most, the change for me I see is a month because of my stepfather, the experience. They will never change. Please, please, do not let yourself and your children go through anything like this, because it damaged our mind. It damaged our growth. It damaged our self-esteem, where you lost your growth, you lost the ability of being confident. I'm telling you, this is my experience. It leaves you timid. It leaves a child timid. It rips us of our integrity, our confidence, our pride. It takes those things out. It gives us fear, timidness. I tell you, I am very, very introvert person. Through all my childhood, from my wicked grandmother, from my father's side, all the way to my stepfather, it damaged us. Very introvert. I can't speak, even if you are speaking. Even still now, where I work, people said, I can't hear you. It's taken me a lot of work to actually allow you to hear my voice. And as you hear my voice today, it has been a huge improvement, a huge work. I have to work hard to overcome certain things in my life because of fear, because of unconfidence, because I'm not confident of myself, because I think I'm not worthy. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? I will leave you with this. Think about it. If you are a woman, if you are a man, you are in a relationship, whether marriage, whether girlfriend, boyfriend, whether engaged, there is nothing better than life. Money. You need life to have money. You have all the money in the world. What if you don't have a good health to enjoy that money? This is what I experienced. This was my experience. And I'm telling you, the damage that has caused me my whole life to be here over 40 and now trying to see how I can have some type of confidence within myself. Confidence to do things, confidence to speak, for people to hear my voice. I'm afraid, I'm in fear, I'm timid. I don't want people to hear my voice. Please, wherever you are, in a relationship, don't allow this to happen to you or your children, because it always does. And you see the marks I showed you, this is a permanent damage, a permanent scar. I will never forget in my life. I will never forget. And talk about the mind, all the evil things, all the things, they stays with you. They never go away from a child. If you are listening to this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. And wherever you listen to your podcast. I hope your day goes well. After going through reliving this again, I just feel humbled. And I'll see you tomorrow. You take care.